Greetings to the Clap and Tap community. Hoping everyone can view this and hoping everyone is ready to launch with us. Thank you for staying home and keeping healthy amid this COVID-19 era. May the Lord God guide our ways and deliver us from temptation. Strengthen us from those who threaten to the liberation of Mapostola. Amen. Let me first acknowledge the Department of Arts and Culture, to which all creative structures in South Africa belong to. We also acknowledge our mother body, CIFSA, which is the Creative and Cultural Industry Federation of South Africa, and SAMIC, which is the South African Music Industry Council. Not forgetting our partner in development, which is SACAIF, the South African Arts and Culture Youth Forum. And lastly, we want to acknowledge our partner, which is Indigenous Music Council. A special appreciation goes to apostolic choirs and the churches that are the reason for this existence. The members of the choirs, I'm talking the businesses in the choirs, everyone else who supported this federation to grow. We must also remember that the supporters are also forming part of the strong body of what the federation is about. Most likely, they are the heartbeat of the Clap and Tap community. Now, in the Clap and Tap community, we also want to greet and acknowledge the designers of the banners, the printers, and everybody else. We want to acknowledge the radio stations, the studios that are always supporting this movement of the Clap and Tap community. The Clap and Tap Federation's birth, let me tell just a small story. It brings a smile on my face. Our birth was foretold by, like freedom from apartheid. It was foretold by criminals, looters, slavers, and individuals who survived years of sweat, who survived years during apartheid. And now the same thing is happening again. Our birth is foretold by the people who survived years using money from Clap and Tap community, using money from hard workers in the Clap and Tap industry. They sent emails, they sent briefings talking about our birth as if we were a direct threat to them. Our journey here is not that of going back. It is the journey of liberating what Mapostola is. Mapostola did not just only rise today. They continue to surpass everything. They continue to stand above all odds. Let me tell you about some of these people. Some of these people will come to you, knock on your door, and tell you that they'll offer you exposure. They'll come to you and tell you that we'll brand your choir. They come to you and tell you that if you stick with us, your life will be sorted. These are the same people that have looted years and years from Apostola. And they treat us just like a church choir. Better seen but not heard. It is about time that we stand up as Mapostola and do something for ourselves. If you've never went to a stage or a show, skeleton scheme, and understand the humiliation of going on stage and saying, I'm staying there. Therefore, you don't understand our struggle. If you've never been with a member that has lacked clothes or lacked food, yet they continue to be on stage and make you proud, you've never been a member. If you've never thought of yourself as a helping hand of the community, you've never been a member. Some of these leaders I'm talking about, they've went all out, even lost jobs, even quit jobs so that they can support Mapostola, so that they can one day run successful choirs. Every time they get a job interview, they don't attend. Why? Because they believe this has to do with us and it has to do with us today. Banabesu. We were pushed into a corner where we needed to think for Mapostola, because everything we did was to raise some other organizations, but not the one that is called Mapostola. I pray that you understand my journey today, because my colleagues have also put me to a corner where I needed to account and needed to speak honestly if I feel confident with where I am. I'm telling you now, I am confident. Let me continue a bit with the journey of the Federation of Clip and Tip. Often we served organization that used our faces, used our reputation to recruit you, Banabesu, Mapostol. We've used our own accounts, you've used our own monies to travel back and forth from meeting, where only the selected few will benefit and not included with everyone else. We used to support an organization that promised us that they will bring freedom and they will bring structure or they will bring value into this loving community. Yet what we've seen is them growing. It is their families prospering and it is their name written on the ground. Now they ask me, why would you quit something so big when you're called a president? And I said, the people that I served with, they are not happy because they don't think they belong here. I also don't think I belong here. Gone are those days when you thought Postola is for people who are illiterate. Gone are those days when you thought Postola is for churches. We are an industry, a creative council. We are a creative federation, a creative movement, and a creative union. And we are here to stay. Banabesu, as I speak to you today, I want you to understand that when Mapostola try to stand up by themselves, they are considered useless, and they say to our foes that nothing that has been started by a Mapostola will always stand. They keep on saying that nothing that has been started by anyone who runs a choir will stand. Yet our choirs have enjoyed longevity. We have choirs that are about 40 years old, some of them even longer than that. So if we have the inability to raise organizations, what do you think we are doing at the choirs? We are always present, always there, always watching, always learning, but we never fail. If this is one of those organizations that you think you'll use and then you think you'll take power off, let me tell you, the truth is, this is formed by choir members, businesses within choirs. It is formed by radio stations within choirs. It is formed by promotion companies within choirs. It is formed by production companies within choirs. It is formed by awards companies within choirs. So do not look at this face and think we are running a spaza shop or we are standing on our own. We are a collective and we are united, and we still open the door wide for several other more. This is just me explaining the path. I am still about to tell you what the federation is, so still keep holding on. The harvesters of this genre always come to take from this farm that they have not worked hard. They come to praise one child that they corrupt that child and tell that child to go alone as an artist. And when the child fails, they drop her off and go back to the choir to harvest and take more. When will you rise, Mapostola, and think that you are also on the level of the creative thinkers? You are also an artist. There's not too much success that will come out of people who leave this area and start on their own without the support. But we need to say, support those who come from your choirs when they go alone and become artists, because we give birth to those artists. But gone are those days when you have artists who booming out in public and become power heads and make millions out of our monies. And they use our songs because we could not register them and deny us the information to protect royalties or to go to collection societies like Sampra and Impra. When we don't know about that, then they can take our songs and register them and get famous. Yet we follow them and support them and buy their expensive tickets, knowing very well that the songs that they sing there are the songs that we wrote and we work hard on. We spend countless days protecting this music, producing this music, composing this music, and yet they come and loot and become artists. When we try to stand up, they try to shut us down. When we try to speak about what we do best, they shut us down. When we speak about awards, they think we are just running something in a park. These untruthful honesties must come out. Banabesu, our existence threatens the food of the criminals that we are harboring. They do not belong in Postola. And we know about it. The thing about time is that it doesn't stop. No matter how you stop clocks or throw them in the dustbin, no matter how you steal watches, the time will never stop. And it is only about time that we launch our own. You will never shut us up. We will never shut up. We are here. Now, let me start to say what is the Tlepentep Federation. Dumelang Mapostola. That drama was just to answer a few things that we've seen on email and briefings. But this is not what the Federation is about. My name is Mnisi, often referred to as the President, and father by Lisedi Gospel House, Amaninja, which is the family that gave birth to this person. I'm the Executive Director and co-founder of the Tlepentep Federation. What is the Tlepentep Federation, you ask? The Tlepentep Federation is a membership-based organization that advocates for the Tlepentep music, locally and internationally. It acknowledges the significant role that music and culture play in the political and societal development of peaceful and integrative countries such as South Africa, Botswana, Lesotho, Swaziland, and many more. Therefore, it advocates on local, provincial, and national levels for an appropriate framework, respect equal rights and opportunities for music professionals, and access to this music. Our vision is simple. The transformation of Tlepentep music into a socio-economic community that contributes to the economy and can create employment opportunities within the creative industry. Let me repeat our vision. The transformation of Tlepentep music industry into a socio-economic community that contributes to the economy and can create opportunities of employment within the creative industry. Mission, you ask, how do we then plan to achieve this vision? This is what they ask. Well, we have 3 mission statements: training, transformation, and advocacy. Let me expatiate a bit. On training, this will be attained through recruitment and affiliations of the choirs that operate in and outside the borders of South Africa, providing professional capacity building skills that will strengthen the critical administrative element that is required to keep compliant in terms of trade laws of the country. We know many of our choirs do not qualify for funding or cannot be recognized by powerful structures because they lack compliance. The first mission is to make sure that everyone that joins the federation, every single choir or business goes through a training on compliance, and we help them through the process to the point that they have a certificate of compliance and they have an account. We do this because it's our mandate and it's our responsibility as Mapostola to make sure that we rise above all this. The second part of the mission is to enforce a culture of learning and business development that will transform choirs, businesses, and individuals within the choirs. Panabeso, advocating for the rights and royalties of the Tlepentep music in all mediums such as TV, radio, social media platforms, and etc. To furthermore advocate for equal treatment in the creative industry through government, private sector, and international markets. Equal treatment to big choirs such as the Joyous Celebration, such as Spirit of Praise, and many more. Equal treatment to artists that we know every day and are always following. Thank you, Banabesu, for listening to these objectives. Now let me expatiate a bit more on advocacy issues, where Mr. Rampa, the Director of Communications, will be talking about later on. Advocacy issues that we want to focus on is fighting for the rights and royalties of the Tlepentep music in all mediums, as I've spoken. Issues such as royalty collections from royalty collection societies that we need to partner with and that we've already partnered with. The regulation of the businesses that make profit through the clap and tap industry, whether directly or indirectly, those businesses must be regulated. Equal airplay and fair remuneration for commercial radio, TV, and other broadcasting mediums. Equal airplay, meaning all groups that are part of the clap and tap industry must be able to be presented on air. Failure to do that, then we'll advocate for people within the clap and tap arena to show up and raise their consent and create programs that will advocate for so that they can be shown on TV. We need to see more than one choir because we are an industry. Therefore, the entire industry must be shown, not a selected few and not to those who get bribes from our predecessors. All businesses operating in the clap and tap community must have 60% of their permanent staff as clap and tap supporters or clap and tap members. This is what we advocate for. If you're operating within the clap and tap industry, you must have 60% of your permanent staff as the clap and tappers and or from the clap and tap supporters. If they are not from our industry, then it does not belong to us. Nothing for us without us. Our core values, now that I'm done with missions, our core values are the ones that will bind us. We have 5 core strong values that will keep us together. Values are integrity, which will show transparency, honesty, and will all allow us to integrate in the same level. The second value is accountability. We will claim everything that is good coming to us and will also accept all mistakes that we do and will stay accountable in all issues relating to the Federation and its affiliates. Teamwork is our third value. We value things that are discussed. We value things that are done from the team perspective instead of running a one-man tuck shop. The fourth value is inclusivity. We believe it's about time we have an organization that is including everybody else, not just a few selected people. So we plan to be inclusive in all our dealings and in all our businesses. The last value is development. We value things that grow. We value things that allow people to be part of it. We don't value things that are stagnant. We don't value things that say respect the old and keep them as old. We value things that say sustain the old and develop the new. Everybody is part of this. And as long as you're part of the Federation, you must show signs of development, show signs of growth, or show signs of willing to grow other people. What is a federation? Let's just break it down so that it does not look like a fancy word, but it's something that we stand for. According to Wikipedia, a federation is a group of states with a central government but independent in their internal affairs. That's a federation. We built one structure that will advocate for professional training, transformation, and governance of the clap and tap music industry in general. This is formed by different organizations who are independent in their internal affairs, but governed by one structure. So you're running of your choir, your rules, your way. But remember, we believe that as a federation, if we are talking in one voice and become one party in challenging government, in challenging private sector, in challenging everything else that does not stand for us, then we are okay. But through your associations, we will never change anything. You run exactly as you're running. Through your choirs, you run exactly as you're running, as long as you fall within the values that we uphold as the organizations. And you stand within the aims and the objectives that we have outlined above as missions. It does not stand there. Who can be members of the Federation, you ask? I say this with a smile. Because somebody said, how can you be an organization that does not have members? Please go to our website and see all those faces that represent different provinces and powerful structures within and without government. Do you think, where did we get those names? Let me explain. To be part of the Federation, all organizations or individuals who have followed a strict application process and have been accepted as members. We owe all transparency and accountability to the members of the structure and different communities to which they trade in. Remember, we're not just artists, we are also community developers, youth developers. So we owe our existence to the communities that we serve. From the townships to different locations and to the villages. We have traveled as far as Venda to find choirs that are there. And we are telling them they are part of the bigger picture, not just some of the few benefits. Furthermore, to explain what the Tlepentep community is, as defined by the Federation, a community of Tlepentep, number one, is formed by the supporters, the people who paid your ticket. Those are part of the community. Let me just break down what the community is. Tlepentep community, as defined by the Tlepentep Federation, is supporters, Tlepentep choirs, Tlepentep Association, promotional companies, production houses, businesses that operate within the Tlepentep community, which is food sellers, halls, tickets and banner printers, promoters, churches that lead and manage choirs, organizations and schools that support choirs, sponsors and donors who are invested in the Tlepentep community. Every time I mention the Tlepentep community, just notice all those people and more are part of the community. So we are an organization of a bigger idea than just a small portion. What services and training will be offered? Let me start with trainings. It also brings a smile on my face. Professional compliance training, fundraising and business development training, summit and conference management training, project management training, music business training, professional performance contract and administration training, professional choir financial management training. So what are some of the issues that you guys will be focusing when you say you're delivering services? Professional accounting services, professional legal support services, Grammy Awards submissions, Summer Awards submissions, Crown Gospel Awards submissions, TV and radio airplays advocacy services, professional international performance services, professional choirs incorporation services, and last but not least, the supporters forum that will be launched and that will guide us going forward. So members are divided into 4 categories, and they are as follows. Our development model focuses on choirs, businesses, and individuals. The first membership level is the entry level. On entry level, that is a choir that is existing without any compliance document, without any written document, without any proper financial structures or proper management structures. When you join on that level, you will receive all these trainings for free to help you gain knowledge on developing your own compliance. The second one is intermediate level membership. Those are choirs that already have compliance already with management structures, but maybe are failing to fundraise or to properly run themselves in terms of branding, in terms of having an office or something like that. Those will be intermediate. And then on the advanced level membership, we will focus on choirs that are well established, able to fundraise and able to deliver all accesses, all trainings, and will be able to also mentor the choirs that are on entry-level membership. The last but not least membership of this organization is Supporters Forum. The Supporters Forum is one of those membership that is important to the organization because they will provide surveys, suggestions on how to run, and any ill treatment that they found within our affiliates, whether it's stages or performances. And every suggestion coming from the Supporters Forum will be communicated through the Executive National Council and through provincial structures, and will come back to you. Banabesu, without prolonging this presentation, Please go to our website, which is the clapandtapfederation.org, and view it and see all representative of every provinces. Yes, we admit most of the information that you find on this video may not be adequate, therefore raises more questions. Please feel free to inbox us on info@theclapandtapfederation.org, or furthermore inbox our pages, go to Instagram and just search for the Clap and Tap Federation. We are now also on Twitter. We are also on a YouTube channel that will be launched furthermore later on. This launch is only encompassing our online identity and therefore cannot be the final launch. We will organize a launch that shows the office, the national office, and all other provincial offices being launched in one day. We have provincial directors that are up there bringing all these solutions. For provinces, please communicate with the provincial director or the provincial structures that we've partnered with in your province. They will be ready to answer questions on how you affiliate. Furthermore, on our website, there's also an application form. No need for downloading, no need for printing. You can apply online and just send. Join our conversation today or forever hold your peace. Unfortunately, we can only open for further questions and answers only today through Facebook pages like Mino Clap and Tap and others. We are ready to answer for the entire day. But from tomorrow going onwards, if you have a question about the industry, please inbox our page or send an email to info@theclapandtapfederation.org. If you cannot do this, then we are unable to help you with your queries or with your comments. Nonetheless, the affiliation reports directly to affiliates, meaning the federations will be responsible for reporting directly to the federals, which are the members of the federation. Anyone outside that may do so by sending a message to the page or to the email, as I've stated above. Yes, we know we're not perfect. And like everybody else who claims they are prophets, they'll come and say, we'll see bazophelelapi, re tla bona ba tla fella kae. Yes, we know there's going to be mistakes coming through. We know there's going to be fights. But we are prepared to do them. Re le mapostola. This time, mapostola by mapostola. Everything for us, by us, not anyone else. Please use these hashtags and follow us. Hashtag nothing for us without us. Hashtag Fede, hashtag Federals, hashtag TCTF. We are here and we are liberated. Now that you wanted us to come out, we are out. Thank you, Mapostola.